Here's Jasper's tail.
Yeah.
And begin to feel for the support of gathering to practice. And notice the shifts that have happened from already hearing into each other's experiences, spaces, felt and lived reality. And then as you are ready, beginning to get a sense of the torso as a way into letting the energy of thinking come into feeling, and in particular, sensing the muscles that wrap around the torso to help you feel you. And then if you like, placing one hand over the other, over either your physical beating heart or your heart center. And one of the foundational teachings of the yoga aspect of how we practice at Four Corners in the studio is this understanding of healthy self-attachment. And that's where modern yoga borrows from neuroscience and this way of understanding how the central channel of the nervous system works when we learn to attach and care for ourselves in a deeply loving way. And so wherever you are on that continuum of having unconditional positive regard for yourself, in the same way a healthy, regulated parent would have for a child, feeling into pulling in with your breath, this way of holding space for yourself. Holding space for your emotional reality, for your spirit, for your physical body. Softening the jaw, separating the back teeth, continuing to breathe, placing your attention into your heart, letting every breath help you find unconditional positive regard for you as a way to increase your ability to self-regulate. And we'll work into some alternate breathing from here. So when you are ready, taking your, you can do either hand. I'm going to talk through right hand, but feel free to use left if you like. Taking right hand, fold down index finger and middle finger. Close over the right nostril and then take a very deep breath in through the left. When you're full, hold the breath for your level of comfort. Feel the torso in space. And then when you're ready, exhale through the right. Pull the low belly back at the end and then inhale through the right. Hold the breath at the top, sensing, making more space around your heart, for your heart, and then exhaling through the left. Getting completely empty, low belly pulls back, relax internally, fill all the way up through the left. When you are ready, pause. When you are ready, exhale. And then when you are ready, inhale through the right, feeling how the right passageway goes right to the brain. Hold the breath at the top. Exhale everything out through the left. Taking one more round at your own pace, starting when you're ready. And then taking a feeling breath when you get to an organic pause. And then just sensing this scaffolding that we're going to keep working with. Healthy self-attachment, turning towards yourself with unconditional positive regard. Seeing how that can lead to an ability to self-regulate. And then from there, this way that our gifts, our spirit brightens as a result of working those two first steps. Staying with basic moves here, active hands and active feet, deep breathing, expanding the ribs, exhaling, softening the neck. And then let's work into our neck exercises that we've been doing lately, just starting by gently feeling into the neck. What is going on in there today? Looking over one shoulder and the other without forcing. Blinking the eyes to create some softness. Exhaling through the mouth a few times. And just sensing, where can you soften the neck to increase your ability to self-regulate? Your ability to allow the whole channel from the crown all the way through the torso to be in integrated movement, to be in integrated communication. And then from there, come back to center and we'll work on, I'll show it. You guys know, most of you guys know this one, but we'll work with ramping the head. So a lot of us have this more forward head carriage from being on screens too much. Press the back of the head into the hand, reach the crown of the head to the ceiling. You can even give yourself an assist here and then let it go. Then try it again. Press back of head into hand, press crown of head into ceiling, and then let it go. And then start to roll in like you're a wave cresting. Let the upper back round, and then tuck the chin, press the back of the head back, crown of the head up, making space in the cervical spine and then the thoracic. And then feel into this process of approaching every breath with healthy self-attachment, feeling into that as an ability to get into a regulated nervous system any amount more. And then from that, how does your spirit and your true self take up more space as opposed to your pain body, your trauma body? Finding out any spots that need more attention, feel free to pause. And then take a feeling breath, allowing yourself to sense the skull bones, and then taking it side to side, ear to shoulder. You can let it start small, and then let it grow. Or maybe it stays small. Listening into the neck as it's very sensitive self that the neck always gives us information about the nervous system, about our ability to regulate. When you're ready, come on back. And we'll work into some of the shoulder work we did last week. So right arm up, left arm on top, press the arms together, and then move the arms to the right and come back to center. As much as you can, keep the spine really tall, sit bones grounded, feet active. And just sensing into this medicinal movement. When you're ready, look to the left as the arms go right. Do that a few more times at your own pace. Exhaling long through the mouth, using any sound, fluttering the lips to move out tension from the nervous system. Come back to center, take a feeling breath. Exhale long, soften the belly, keep sensing the torso, this tube of the torso. And let's do the other side. So left arm up, right arm on top, press the arms together, move the arms to the left and then back to center. Feel into the whole shoulder girdle and then look to the right as the arms go left. Feel into what is living in the neck and shoulders that needs to let go to increase your ability to attach to yourself, to hold yourself. And then when you're ready, pause, take a feeling breath. Start circling the nose. And you can let it be small or big. Feel into what do those skull bones need. So we're looking at this place called Wind Pond, right at the suboccipital muscles. So many meridians converge there that relate to self-regulation. Let yourself feel into what arises as you're working. Switching directions as you're ready. Perhaps doing a little body work as you're getting in there with your fingertips. And then take a feeling breath, either stillness or movement. Imagining these 26 skull bones that create the cranial system growing big as they release and have more space to breathe. And then from there, create some friction with your hands. And then just first take a walk around your face. Take a pause, holding the triple warmer meridian, having to do with the rest and digest response. And also feeling into your relationship with your face. And when you're ready, closing eyes, covering eyes. Breathing, focused breath into the eyes. Sensing the good medicine that this can be for the brain. Whatever's going on in the eyes is going to affect the brain. And then from here, let's do some circles. So beginning to look all the way up and then trace, actually looking, seeing, let the energy of yourself come out through your eyes, sensing you as seeing, being seen and seeing, being seen by yourself. When you're ready, close eyes, take a full breath in, hold the breath at the top. Exhale through the mouth. And we'll take it to the other direction. Look up and then really look, getting a sense of letting your energy from your low belly move up through the torso, through the neck, heart, looking out through the eyes. Keep going. When you're ready, close eyes, take a full breath in. Hold at the top. Exhale everything out like you're popping a balloon. And then we'll do some diagonals. So if you like, you could make your arms on a diagonal until you can, with your head being fairly still, look up and down I'm using my index fingers as a point. So you have something to actually factually look at as you're doing the diagonals on your own body. Sensing your whole body as you're working your eyes, sensing how you're stimulating across the midline, caring for your brain, adding in any love, words, images, affirmations that come up as you're working here. Close eyes. Feel all the way up. Pause at the top. Exhale like you're popping a balloon, clearing breath. And then so you can switch directions. Do the opposite diagonals. Bring them until they're in your periphery. And then look up. Keep the head relatively still. Doing your diagonals. Sensing how you're flossing your brain. Deep breath in, breathing right into your brain. Exhaling long. When you're ready, close eyes, relax eyes, big breath in. Hold at the top, exhale everything out. We'll do one more thing in this jaw glide, lip slide. You can go ahead and set up in Baddha Konasana. And we'll work into feet together, knees wide. And then from there, we'll add in the jaw work. So wetting the lips, and then just as if you had lip balm on, you were rubbing in lip balm, taking any movements that give you information about what's going on in the jaw, maybe adding in a little bit of walking around with the fingers. And then you could close eyes if you like, organically allowing yourself to make any kinds of faces that help you to inhabit your full face, relax your face, sense your face. Any kinds of yawns coming up, let them out. And then we'll come into a side bend. So you could come up onto a cushion if that's a good move for your back. You have any low back stuff going on? That could be your friend. If so, you might want a prop to put your hand up. So take your right hand out. You can start on tented fingertips, sensing, making space in the side ribs. Reach up, wrap the left shoulder blade, and then come on over, sensing your body in each shape as a way to express your healthy self-attachment, your you holding you. And we'll keep coming back to basic moves. Feet active, press the feet together. Neck is relaxed, deep breathing. And we'll do some shoulder flossing here. Option to grab onto an object, block, or any old thing to grab onto. Moving the arm over and down, either hovering in neck release or bringing the arm behind the back. And if there's anything that's pleasant about this moment, see where you can pull that in as a way to increase unconditional positive regard. Feel the architecture of the scapula, the ball and socket joint, how that connects to the collarbone and the rib cage. And then stay either hovering in neck release or hand behind the back. Taking the right shoulder and shoulder blade down so you can stretch the ear to the shoulder. And then from there, cover your ear and your face, put your head back up. And let's switch sides. Take the left arm out, plant the hand. Start by making a tented fingertip. And then from there, lift both sides of the ribs, even though you're coming into the side bend. Wrap the right shoulder blade, plant, press the hip down to rise up. And then just come on into feeling the rib cage. Can you softly unfurl the back ribs around the kidneys and adrenals, into side ribs and intercostal muscles. Move the left shoulder and shoulder blade down. Patiently Coming back to where you are on this continuum of inhabiting the torso, flipping the palm, perhaps grabbing a prop, and we'll do some shoulder flossing here. Sensing how the gripping, if you're choosing a prop, affects how you're flexing the shoulder. You're finding internal rotation as the arm comes down and back, external rotation as the arm goes up and back. And again, sensing this good medicine for the shoulder blade, the ball and socket joint, the upper back, which in turn is very related to what's going on in the neck. And then we'll stay either hovering the hand away from the ground or hand behind the back. Again, lifting the ribs, sensing that rib cage pelvis connection, front ribs soften in and down. Exhale long, pull the low belly back. Cover the face, cover the ear, cradle your head, put your head back up. And then from here, let's come into deer pose. So we're gonna sit down onto the left hip. So I'm gonna mirror you guys for what I'm up to. And take the right foot back, so you're here. And to set up, you can grab onto the lower leg if that's useful to get into an extra neck release. Plant the hand on the ground, shoulder down. And just take some movement here to see what does that neck need. You can reach the arm out if grabbing the leg isn't comfortable. Feet are active. Exhale long. And then from there, literally coming across the fascia of the chest in any fashion that gives you a sense of opening across the heart, reaching the arm up. And you could do this one with a prop as well. Grab, I'm gonna do it with an open hand. And then looking up, if that's okay for your neck. Getting a sense as if something wonderful is coming to you from the sky. You can see the sky, look at the sky. And then knowing that you are also a wonderful thing that is coming to you. Bring the arm back in line with the torso and then down. Tap the knee and then take that movement a few times. Reach back up, open chest, and then float. Bring the arm back down. So you're sort of closing, rounding, flexing the spine, and then come back up, opening up. And just seeing if you can increase the mobility. Changing this in any fashion if you want to come further forward, wiggling out any tight spots in the chest and the upper back. And then from there, take a moment in your forward fold. If you want to place your head on a thing, kick into the ground with that front leg and either let the head come to your very first edge. You might be way up, or maybe come forward, place your head on a prop or some props. Press the ground away to come up, bring the feet together. And then we'll take a moment and we'll take it to the other side. Pour the weight onto the right hip, tuck the heel back by the butt, grab onto the lower leg if that's a good move for you. And then come on into ear to shoulder, perhaps look around to see where, can you tease out space? Feeling for breathing into both hips, and then take the whole hand to the fascia across the chest, walking around, pull across the chest to reach up, and then come back. Looking up if that's okay, adjusting as needed. Bring the arm back in line with the torso and then down. Tap somewhere, come back up, open back up. And so just sensing this movement and just remembering to add this movement into your movement vocabulary. Pause, externally rotate, open the pecs. And then when you're ready, come back in, bring the arm down, lift the ribs, turn towards the front knee, and then fold. Press the ground away with the front shin. Let the head go. Feeling into that pelvic rib cage relationship and all the muscles that hug in to bring you into your torso. Feeling for you, hugging you as you activate these different parts of the core. Press the ground away to come on up and then grab a hold of a rolled up blanket or towel for core work. If you don't have it, you can cue it so you can do it with or without, but if you have something, could be a pillow. And then go ahead and come on down, grab onto your roll and start with getting hold of it in a way that helps you to feel into making space in the hips. You could even help out by getting a hold of the thigh bones. And so just right here, feet active, get your back ribs down. So we're using good form. Hold on to the ribs, sensing. Are those front ribs softening in towards the back ribs? And then from here, we're going to come into some twisting out. So interlace, stretch the hands right behind the skull bones, shoulders down, elbow tips reach up strongly, making space in that shoulder joint. Inhale here, grab onto your prop, send the thigh bones internally rotated, curl the tailbone up, and then on exhale, both elbows reach right, getting off the right shoulder, low belly pulls in, inhale to center, broaden back ribs, squeeze, curl the tailbone up, and then on exhale, both elbows reach left, getting off the left shoulder, low belly pulls in, inhale to center, take a big breath in, squeeze prop, curl the tailbone, and then exhale, elbows reach up, and then looking at the low abs, pulling them in, you can bend the knees, and then come down a couple inches, inhale here, squeeze your prop, lift your tailbone up, exhaling, elbows reach right, low belly pulls in, inhale to center, squeeze prop, curl the tailbone up, exhaling, elbows reach left, low belly pulls in, inhale to center, squeeze prop, curl the tailbone, elbows reach up, low belly pulls in, coming down just a few inches, inhale, squeeze, curl the tailbone, exhale, elbows reach right, low belly pulls in, inhale to center, squeeze prop, curl the tailbone up, exhale, elbows reach left, low belly pulls in, inhale to center, squeeze, curl tailbone, exhale, elbows reach up, low belly pulls in, and then gently place head and chest down. Keep your prop within reaching distance. Relax the abs and take an integrating breath, sensing how each piece that we activate works to help you sense you in space. Let's come into some gate opener. So grab onto your prop again. Feet active, do a little flexing and then pointing. Switch up the interlace. And then from there, again, you could bend the knees. Inhale, squeeze prop, curl the tailbone, exhale, elbows reach up, low belly pulls in. Stage 2, one hand to the prop, straddle, kick through both legs. Inhale here, exhale, top rim of the sacrum presses down, curl pubic bone, low belly pulls in, move energy out from the pelvis through the legs. Legs come back together, head and chest comes down. Inhale, Squeeze prop, curl tailbone, exhale, elbows reach up, low belly pulls in, one hand behind the head, opposite hand to the roll, straddle the legs. Inhale, exhale, curl pubic bone, elbows reach up, low belly pulled in, reach out through the thigh bones. Legs come back together, head and chest comes down. Take an inhale, squeeze prop, curl tailbone, exhale, head and chest reaches up, low belly pulls in, left hand to the roll, straddle the legs. Inhale, exhale, curl pubic bone, low belly pulls in, reach the legs back up, head and chest comes down. Inhale here, squeeze the prop, curl the tailbone, exhale, elbows reach up, low belly pulls in, right hand to the roll, straddle. Inhale. Exhale, curl pubic bone, reach out through the legs, low belly pulls in. Legs come back together, head and chest come down. And then take a moment here, relaxing. Place the prop to the side and then take some movement or stillness if you like. And we'll do some of the core integration work. Let the arms be relaxed. And then from there, start with the legs like Tadasana, outer edges of the feet parallel. Back ribs on the ground, inhale. And then on exhale, come into a small straddle, low belly pulls in, come back to feet at hips with distance. Inhale. Exhale, straddle. Curl pubic bone, low belly pulls in, reach out. Let the straddle grow at an organic rate. Sending this flossing kind of quality to the hip joints. Stabilize pelvis, stabilize ribs. Do a couple more at your own pace. And then come back to your Tadasana legs, strong legs, hugging muscle to bone. And then from there, inhale, exhale, left leg comes towards you, right leg goes away. Low belly pulls in, inhale to center. Exhale, right leg comes towards you, left leg goes away. So these small splits, let them grow organically, using this to give your legs breath support. Connect your legs to your core so that your legs have the power of the pelvis and also are able to give and receive energy with your environment. When you're ready, pause. Feet come down, either feet together, knees wide, or knees together, feet wide. And let's come into bridge. And let's, if you like, you could use a prop. Let's come into pelvic tilts as a way into bridge. So feet underneath knees, hold on to the ribs or have the arms next to the torso. Inhale into the ribs. Exhale, squeeze prop. Curl pubic bone, low belly pulls in. And then lower down. And then let that grow in increments. Inhale into ribs. Exhale, squeeze prop, lift pubic bone towards navel. Send thigh bones forward. And you can let this be as big or as small as feels correct for your hips. Letting it tease out space, sending thigh bones forward, turn on the legs, turn on the low glutes, especially near the hamstrings. Feeling into the tube of the torso, activating these different areas so that everything you do has the expression of you holding you at its foundation. Noticing you can. When you're ready, stay up, whether it's a very small bridge or a bigger bridge. Keep your feet actively spreading into the tripod of the foot, the heel point, base of the big toe, pinky toe. Relax internally, fill all the way up. Pause, exhale everything out. Well, belly back, lower down, and then relax internally. Inhale. Keep all of the space you just made, sensing yourself in the torso, these muscles that you are hugging you all the time. Keep your neck relaxed. Come on up to tabletop. Next pose is dolphin prelude. So option to use blocks, perhaps come into it from tabletop. Can bring the knees out like you were coming into child's pose. Elbows are gonna come right where the hands are. Touch the palms together. Sit the sit bones like you're gonna try to widen the sit bones away from each other. Sit them up and back. Elbows could be on blocks, and then the hands can come behind the head or to the upper back. Press the ground away with your elbows, so you're using this to get information about the shoulders. Place the hands down, come back to tabletop. From here, let's come into a flowing turbo puppy. So from tabletop, press into the shins. Hands come forward, about a hand's width distance. Deep bend of the elbows towards the ground. Send the upper arm bone down, and then tweeze the elbows in towards each other. Look forward a little bit, and then from there, straighten the arms. See where you can let the thoracic spine round. Deep bend the elbows again, squeeze in, send the upper arm bones towards the ground. Hands are dynamic, and then straighten the arms, round the upper back, press the ground away. Tailor this in any fashion that helps you to get into a spot in your thoracic spine or shoulders that you need support with. Keep the hands dynamically pressing like you're placing hands into soil. And then from there, come on back, tabletop. Let's just come into some fluid, alternate limb reaching, left leg rolls back, kicking through the leg, right arm forward, thumb to the ceiling. Take a few breaths here. You can play with working onto more of a diagonal, feel how that changes the load in the core. And then switch sides. Kick back, moving the thigh bone, turning on the glute, making space in the head. Left arm forward, thumb to the ceiling. With that, send the hips off center, recenter. Perhaps coming more into an X-like shape. Play around with it. And then let's do one more time on each side. Left leg, right arm. Rolling the wrist, rolling the ankle. Coming a bit off center into an X shape. Switch. Right leg, left arm. Come back to center. And then from here, let's come into thread the needle. Kick into the shins, pulling back with the left arm. Feel free to grab your prop, reach up, move the shoulder blade to the ceiling, and then take it through. Coming in and out of this, feeling for the axial rotation of the spine. And then from there, taking any improvised movement here that helps you to light up the arm and connect to this way of moving healthy self-attachment through every movement, every breath that we work. Feel how that changes the quality of the tissues, the quality of the breath. And let's take it to the other side. So grab your prop if you're using one, press away from you with the left arm as you pull, feel that simultaneous action, stimulating the pec, stimulating the joint or the shoulder, tap it through. Move the right shoulder blade to the ceiling. And then from there, taking any movements that emerge as you're breathing in a high quality way, paying attention, getting into elbow, wrist, all of the joints in the hand, shoulder, and then from there, tabletop. Next pose is turbo puppy, turbo dog from tabletop. Hands come forward, hands with distance, shoulders and shoulder blades away from the ears, slight bend of the elbows this time. Squeeze inner elbows, press into the hands like you mean it. Curl the toes under, and then sensing the sit bones as if they're moving away from each other. Could keep the knees down here, could keep the knees bent. Draw the front ribs towards the back ribs. Take a few more breaths. And then however is best for you, perhaps straightening the legs and the arms, coming into forward bend. If you like, neck traction, interlace the hands, give the neck a squeeze, massaging the neck. And then continuing to keep your awareness into your feet. And then from here, thumbs into the hip crease, press back, engage the low abs, come on up to stand. Keep breathing. Get into your legs, feel into where the bony landmarks of the pelvis are, front hip point and back hip point aligned. And then from there, bring the hands to touch. Inhale, sweeping up, lift the ribs. Gently opening chest and shoulders. Exhale, soft knees, hips back, forward fold. Step back into plank. Knees up or knees down, and then hold. Press the ground away, come back to that movement of ramping the back of the head towards the ceiling, crown of the head forward. Sensing the torso in space. Keep breathing, lower down with control. Lengthening the core. Lift the right leg, lengthen it back, roll the inner thigh to the ceiling. And then from here, we'll do some Shalabhasana variations. So start with hands down, palms down. Kick into the ground with the left foot, lift the right leg. Left arm reaches forward, wrap the shoulder blade. And then switch. Plant the right foot down, left leg lifts, right arm forward, wrap the shoulder blade, right thumb to the ceiling, curl pubic bone, and then do opposite, right leg lifts, left arm forward. Switch. Left leg lifts, right arm forward, wrap the shoulder blade. One more time each side. Right leg lifts, left arm forward, wrap shoulder blade. Left leg lifts, right arm forward, wrap shoulder blade. And release. Bring the arms to crocodile. Forehead could be down or to one side. Kick into the shins and the feet. Press the hands into the ground and then let go. From here, hands under shoulders, press through tabletop into down dog. Feel free to repeat turbo dog. And then from here, coming into warrior one with back toes curled under. Let's do right leg forward. Bend into the back knee. You can come in and out of it because it gets in there pretty deep and we're going right into it. And so find your spot that you can work here. And then again, set up your torso, pelvic stability, front hip point and back hip point. Zip up the pubic bone. And then from there, coming into this home base press. Press, press, press. And then bring the hands, so the hands are behind the head. Press the back of the head into the hands. Wrap the elbow tips forward. Reach the crown of the head up. Come back any amount. Brain cradling. Lengthen skull bones up from the spine. And then from there, bring torso up. And then straighten into the back leg. This is a good place to grab your blocks. Kick the ground away so you're continuing to find your leg strength. Find your wings, palms down, and then give your right leg a hug. Zip up the pubic bone. Peel the torso away from the thigh, and that bind is keeping you there. And then let it go. Straighten the front leg, vertical splits. Kick through both legs as you lift the back leg. You could play with dialing the baby toe down and then opening it. Take any other movements here that feel like they work in a healing way. Give yourself breath support. And then from there, switch. Take yourself back into plank, or take a transition, then we'll switch to the other side. Lower down. Strong legs. Let's do some shoulder shrugs. Lift the legs, hover the hands. Inhale, broaden upper back. Exhale, squeeze shoulders, shoulder blades, elbow tips. Inhale, broaden upper back. Exhale, squeeze shoulders, shoulder blades, elbow tips. Inhale, broaden upper back. Exhale, squeeze shoulders, shoulder blades, elbow tips. And then release. Press through your table into down dog. And then you could try on this cue of moving sit bones away from each other, deepening the hip point by reaching the front hip point back. And then we'll take it to the other side. Left leg comes forward, have your blocks. Warrior one with back toes curled under. Find your pelvis in space. Kick into the ground. Keep the ribs stacked right over pelvis, skull bones stacked over ribs. Come into that home base press. Press the hands together, spread through the bones in the wrist. And then switch up the interlace. Hands behind the head. Press the back of the head into the hands, and then vice versa, let it go. Wrap elbow tips forward, and then come back any amount, giving yourself breath support. Bring the torso up, straighten into the back leg. Feeling for the energy you're generating, this viscous kind of quality that starts to bubble up there. Send it where you need some energy. And then bring your arms out, palms face forward, shoulder blades broaden away from each other and move away from the ears. And then give yourself a hug. Hug you. Kick through your legs, curl pubic bone, pull away from the thigh. Finding these different places in the core. And then release, straighten the front leg, hop the back foot in, vertical splits. Kick into the ground to lift the back leg. Moving energy from pelvis through the legs as you let the spine release. Taking any movements, tapping the foot down, opening, circling the hip. And then from there, take yourself through a final transition, either coming right into down dog or coming through cobra into up dog. And we'll take another Uddiyana in down dog. So relaxing internally, take a very full breath in, exhale everything out, belly back and up. Relax the belly, inhale. And then using that transition to come onto the back. As you come onto the back, knees to chest. And working in a way that helps you to find out what movements do your hips need. So continuing to circle here. Hugging one knee to the chest and then the other. And then from there, choosing either feet together, knees wide, or knees together, feet wide. Relaxing hands onto the lower torso. Feeling into where your body is touching the ground. And then from there, helping the legs back together. Finishing up with happy baby, so feet face the ceiling. So you're in the movement vocabulary of a squat, but supported by the ground, holding on to feet, ankles, or knees. And then from there, take a moment, releasing your happy baby and setting up for Shavasana. Feeling into whatever is the most loving way to let yourself rest. Sometimes doing this sort of wide, five-pointed star Shavasana can help you catch the horizontal aspects of gravity. Sensing, letting the front body relax into the back body. Practicing this most advanced pose of letting go. Letting the truth of who you really are shine out and belong and be. And that could be an effortless thing at this point. Beginning to feel into the way the breath touches the inner environment. as you inhale. And feeling into the way that you can choose how you touch yourself with your breath as you draw the breath in. Feeling how you are hugging you as you sense the torso muscles wrapping around. Sensing unconditional positive regard with each breath. Claiming unconditional positive regard with each exhale. And sensing how this allows what is the gift that is you. How does that take up more space as a result of you doing the work of attending to holding yourself in your practice, regulating yourself, and congratulating yourself for this really challenging, beautiful work. Taking yourself onto one side, pressing into the ground to come back, feeling through the transition back to the vertical axis. Get on your sit bones, press them down to then lift your rib cage up. Bringing the hands to touch. And sensing the support of a circle of practice to hold space for the entirety of you. And vowing to honor each other's contribution. Thank you all so much. Have a beautiful day.